Alright y'all, Mark here. Welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about cards I think are undervalued that I think will go up. And I'll walk you through my thought process and why I think so, alright? So let's get straight to it. So EBO2 Luffy. Gear 2 Luffy, yeah, him going into Gear 2. It's like a half manga panel. Like, the smoke is covering a lot of the panels, so you only get like 1, 2, 3, like nearly 4 manga panels in this card, even though it's a manga card. And it's going for nearly $7,000. I don't own this card. I'm not going to buy it. Instead, a card I personally think looks better, which a lot of people actually agree, is the Gear 2 Alt Art in OP11 Fist of Divine Speed. This card looks exactly like the Luffy character card, same exact art, but I don't know. I kind of like this aesthetic and vibe better. It has the red glow on Luffy. It has the Gear 2 text, and it just seems more like a manga panel in a way, like a one entire manga panel compared to this. So 7,000 to 210, well, that's moderately played. So 350 is like 350 going to 400. If like the last 4 or 5 listings sell, this will go to $400. So I would recommend the Gear 2 Alt Art Luffy over the EBO2 manga. Just 7,000 compared to 350. This is a steal, I am telling you. Just this is at least a $500 card, I think, in the future, and it'll just keep going higher. So something to keep in mind out. Next is, this is a set I wanted, the Japanese second anniversary set in English, because it comes with these Luffy, like, these stamped promos, you know, these stamped cards, which I talked about in my last video. And here's the thing. I don't want to spend $1,100, $1,200 for this and take the risk of getting some mid-deck box. These sleeves are cool, but like this weird looking box, some dice that probably makes like $1 to make in China, and just 9 promo cards. Does that seem like $1,200 worth of value to you? It doesn't to me. So instead, what I do is I looked at the individual cards, and well, before we get to that, this ace here is in that set for going for around $120 for an ace that looks exactly like the manga ace, which is going for 2,500. And this one's only going for a fraction of the price, 1/25th of the price, 1/20th. And it comes with a second anniversary stamp, which no other cards in the future will ever have, keep in mind. I like the black background, the gold borders. Like, look at the card for yourself, and you have to make these decisions yourself. But this is personally what I would rather buy than buy the second anniversary set as a whole. Just buy the singles you want from the set. Or if you wanted to buy the manga, but you're like, damn, $2,500. Like, I don't know if I could, you know, after taxes, 28. Like, it's almost near 3K than it is to 2,500. So instead of buying this, I just went for the stamped one because, you know, I think the stamp in it of itself is pretty special and cool in its own way. So yeah, that's just how I think of it. And same with the Sabo. This one's for $50, whereas the manga is nearly 700 after taxes. So something to keep in mind, you know. That's just the way I think of things. Instead of buying the whole box, you could buy the singles you want, because you may not want there's a Lin promo, which I don't care about, Big Mom. There's the Kaya. Like, Kaya is in like one arc, and it's a very short arc. There's a Rosinante. He's all right. He's also like one or two arcs. And then there's like an event. Like, in reality, it's just a Zoro, Ace, Sabo, Sanji, and Luffy. Like, 5 cards for 1,200 though. Like, I'll pass on that. So that is my thought process. Illustration Box Volume 1. So I am passing on this. I am not going to buy this sealed. Instead, I think it would be better to just buy the singles of the cards you want. So if you want Onami or Boa, I think now would be a good time to get it before these dry up and these get more expensive. Because I could see the illustration box being $400 to $500 as these sell out. So there's only a few left at 300, and it's going to instantly go to 400, 500. So keep in mind, just instead you could buy the Boa for 50 if you want that, or the Onami for 40. Again, both for 90. You could get both promos for 90 compared to buying the box set for 300 basically. The packs don't matter. Ignore the packs. OP06 and OP08 are not a great set. You will most likely not hit a manga or an amazing SP. So yeah. Let me know which illustration box promo you prefer between these two, the Boa or the Nami, because I can't decide. So they both seem really great, especially for the value you're getting. Instead of buying the sealed box, you could just buy the single. So, yep, something to keep in mind. Same with the Black Maria. I think the Volume 2 box is like in the mid 100s, 150-ish. And this one, as a promo, is just $15. The other one's a Yamato, that one's good too. But yeah, I think that this art is pretty cool. And again, I think it's pretty undervalued if that Boa and Nami we were just looking at were like in the $50 range. So as those are going to go up, this will also slowly go up over time as the Volume 2 boxes diminish and yeah, get opened up. So Black Maria, I like this pickup a lot. And damn, so the Luffy Dodger promo is already selling for thousands of dollars. Like people were at the stadium. People were posting the card at the stadium and they were like literally selling out. Like even if we filter under, let's see, sold. Yeah, we're going to see some selling today, July 3rd for 1,000, 1,100. Like that is crazy. Instead of buying this Luffy Dawn promo for $1,000, instead, I rather look at other Dawns that I think are hollow and cool and buy that instead. That also could be limited in supply, quote unquote, you know? So instead of buying also the second anniversary set, this goes along with the Dodger. I am not buying these ones because this is 1,600. Instead, I think this Dawn card is really cool. And for $10, heck yeah, you know? Like this is also a hollow Dawn card with the 4 Emperors. Shanks, Buggy, Blackbeard, and Luffy all split like in 4 ways. Like, this is a cool card. There's only 227 left. 1,500 sold in 3 months. So I think in 1 to 2 months, this last bit is going to sell out. So yeah, I'm going to clip this and I want to watch this later and see if I was right. But I could see this Dawn hitting $20, even $25 in a few months. One of the best Dawns out there. I think it's not on much people's radars. And as you can see, like it's been selling like consistently, 630. Like this guy bought 20 for $9.35. He looks like he knows something. This guy bought 50 for $9.35. Like, yeah, this is personally one of my favorite Dawn cards, and I'd rather buy this over a Luffy Dodger Dawn card for $1,000. When again, yeah, this was like limited supply, 50,000. But this is also in a way limited supply because it was printed in a limited second anniversary box set that will not be reprinted, and we don't know how much was printed, or at least I don't know. So something to keep in mind and something to look out for. And what else? Yeah, we talked about that. Last one I want to talk about is this one. Seems like a crazy undervalue. Like I don't know how people are not noticing this, but the Luffy manga in OP11 Fist of Divine Speed is people are selling it for like 1,200, lightly played, 1,750 near mint. But the math doesn't make sense because from what I was reading in Reddits, if a box is $500, right? They were saying that this Luffy manga was a really hard Luffy manga to pull. Like some people said 1 in 3 cases, some people said they opened 6 cases, got 0. 1 in 8 cases, 1 in 7 cases. Like we don't know the exact number. So just to spitball a random like average number of those, it's like 1 in every 4 to 5 cases on average. So if a case is 12 boxes and this is 1,200, the boxes are 500 right now. So that doesn't make sense. Like you could basically buy 2 boxes, or you could buy the Luffy manga and get a guaranteed manga. So that math seems very like, I don't know. I feel like the OP11 manga is just very undervalued. Because again, if you buy the 2 boxes from here, you will not hit. It'll most likely be a dead box because, yeah, the mapping problem, they probably pulled the SPs. You could maybe get a manga, but I think you're better off 9 times out of 10 just buying the single if you really wanted to make that decision. So, yeah, that's all I have for today. What do you think? Would you rather just buy 3 boxes and gamble, or would you rather just buy the lightly played manga Luffy and hope that goes up? Because I think I'd rather buy this Luffy than buy 2 to 3 boxes and gamble on it and just get like some alt arts and alt art leader. And yeah, so that's all I have for this one. Let me know what other plays and cards you are looking at that I should cover on the next video or talk about. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.